Hey everyone, get ready, because we're diving deep into the return of Daredevil.
Yeah.
Daredevil.
Yeah.
Born Again, hitting Disney Plus, March 4th, 2025.
Big year.
It is a big year. And this is not a simple reboot. It's a whole continuation of Matt Murdock's story.
Right.
But like with higher stakes, grittier action,
Yeah.
a ton of surprises,
Yeah.
even for hardcore fans.
I think what's so interesting about this is it's not like they're just picking up where the Netflix series left off.
Right.
You know, this is Matt Murdock, post No Way Home, post She-Hulk, post Echo.
Yeah.
This is like a whole new chapter building upon everything that came before.
Okay, so let's unpack this trailer, because that diner scene
Oh, yeah.
with Matt Murdock and Wilson Fisk, electric. Even in their civilian clothes, the tension.
You can cut it with a knife.
You can feel it.
Oh.
You can feel all their history.
Yeah.
You can feel the weight of their battle.
Absolutely. You see, it's not even a typical hero-villain dynamic.
Right.
It's almost like they're connected. They're entangled by their past. Right. They're an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object.
And now you got to wonder, how will their dynamic play out on screen this time?
Yeah.
Especially with Fisk making a major power play.
Oh, yeah. He's running for mayor.
Mayor of New York City.
New York City.
It's brilliant. I mean, this comes from the Mayor Fisk storyline from the comics.
Okay.
And it's not even just about power for Fisk.
Okay.
It's about control. It's about legitimacy.
Oh, wow.
Imagine the influence he could wield from that position.
It's kind of chilling when you think about it.
Yeah.
How can Daredevil even fight a villain who controls the system he's sworn to protect?
Right.
It's like, what? That's a huge challenge.
Absolutely.
And it looks like he's going to need all the help he can get, because guess who's back?
Oh, who?
The Punisher.
The Punisher, John Bernthal, coming back as Frank Castle. I mean, that is huge.
Yeah.
Because remember, the Punisher, he doesn't mind getting his hands dirty.
Yeah.
He operates in that moral gray area.
Right.
The fact that Matt Murdock might even need his help.
Yeah, that speaks volumes about the threat they're facing.
That's true.
Yeah.
I have a feeling we're in for some seriously intense action.
Oh, yeah.
But amidst all this darkness, there is a ray of light.
Oh, is there?
Foggy Nelson and Karen Page are back.
Oh, I love it.
Back in the game.
The gang's all here. I mean, their return is crucial. They're the heart of Daredevil. They ground Matt Murdock.
Yeah.
They add that emotional depth. They support him. They remind him of his humanity.
Yeah.
They are the heartbeat of Daredevil, keeping him from, losing himself in the darkness.
I love that. It really does feel like a homecoming.
Yeah.
To see those familiar faces. You realize how important they are to this whole story.
Yeah.
But as much as we love the old guard, there's a terrifying new villain
Oh.
in Town Muse. And just that quick glimpse we get of him in the trailer is chilling.
Yeah.
That bleeding eye mask straight out of a nightmare.
Yeah.
What do we know about this guy?
So Muse is actually a relatively recent addition to Daredevil's Rogues Gallery.
Okay.
He debuted in the comics back in 2016.
Oh.
And he's a serial killer.
Okay.
With like a messed up artistic flair. He stages his victims' bodies like gruesome masterpieces.
Okay, that's creepy.
Yeah.
And speaking of creepy, there's this theory floating around that Muse might be so dangerous
Okay.
that it forces Daredevil and Kingpin to work together.
Oh, wow.
Could you even imagine
How
those
we
two
know?
as allies?
That's a fascinating dynamic. I mean, that would turn Daredevil's world upside down.
Completely.
I mean, can he truly compromise his morals to work with a ruthless criminal like Kingpin?
That's the question, right? Can he?
Yeah.
It seems impossible.
Yeah.
But what if the threat is so great
Right.
that they have no other choice?
Exact.
What does that do to someone like Daredevil?
Right.
Talk about a moral dilemma.
It really forces us to ask, what would Daredevil be willing to sacrifice to stop a greater evil?
Right.
Would he be willing to cross that line even temporarily?
Yeah.
And what would the consequences be?
And if that wasn't enough to wrap our heads around, we get another curveball.
Oh, what's...
Remember Bullseye?
Oh, yeah.
He's back.
Bullseye's back. Wilson Bethel reprising his role as Benjamin Poindexter.
I mean, season 3 of the Netflix series gave us such a chilling look
Oh, yeah.
into Bullseye's psyche, his descent into madness,
Right.
his obsession with Daredevil.
Yeah.
It was riveting television.
Don't underestimate Bullseye.
Oh, no.
He's one of the most skilled and ruthless villains in the Marvel universe.
Right.
That accuracy of his is legendary.
Right.
He's a walking weapon.
Like, remember those playing cards?
Oh, yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
But it looks like Daredevil's going to have his hands full
Uh-huh.
with more than just Bullseye, Kingpin, and Muse.
Yeah.
Didn't we see some new faces in the trailer?
We did. Michael Gandolfini, Margarita LaViva, Jeremy Earl joining the cast.
I love new faces. What do we know about them?
Their roles are shrouded in mystery.
Ooh, I love a good mystery.
Yeah, but their presence hints at an expanded world.
Right.
Yeah.
So are they allies, enemies? Something in between.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder how they'll fit into the already complex dynamics
It really does.
of Hell's Kitchen.
It does. And that's what's so exciting about Daredevil. Born Again, it's not just about the action and superpowers. It's about the characters, their relationships, and those inner struggles.
Yes.
We get to see Matt Murdock grappling with his dual life.
Right.
Lawyer by day, vigilante by night.
It's about that internal conflict.
Yeah.
Right? The toll that vigilantism takes on a person. I mean, remember the original Netflix series?
Oh, yeah.
Explored those themes so well. It gave us a Daredevil who was flawed.
Right.
Human. Relatable.
And relatable.
Looks like Born Again is picking up that torch and running with it.
Absolutely. We see glimpses of his personal life, his law practice, his struggle to reconcile his faith with his actions.
Yeah.
It's not just going to be nonstop action. We're going to delve into the heart of Matt Murdock.
I love that.
Yeah.
And let's not forget the creative team behind this revival is top-notch.
Top-notch?
Dario Scartapan is showrunner.
Yep.
Kevin Feige involved. Oh, yeah. I mean, they understand Daredevil.
They get it.
They get what made the original series so special, and that gives me a lot of hope for this new chapter.
Right.
But let's be honest. Fans are nervous.
Oh, yeah.
The Netflix series set a high bar. Can Born Again live up to the hype?
It's a valid concern, but judging from everything we've seen and heard, I think the team is approaching this with respect for the source material and a deep understanding of what made the original series resonate with fans.
Okay, that's reassuring. That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it, even if it's half as good as the Netflix series, we're still in for one heck of a ride.
Yeah, I think it has the potential to be even better.
Okay.
Remember Vincent D'Onofrio's comments? He hinted that things are going to get bigger and crazier than ever before.
Wait, bigger and crazier than what we've already discussed.
I know.
That's a bold statement.
I know, right?
What could that even mean?
Right.
Could we see Daredevil venturing outside of Hell's Kitchen?
Possibly.
Maybe facing threats on a global scale?
Maybe.
Or could we even see other street-level heroes from the Marvel Universe
It's possible.
making an appearance?
Who knows?
The possibilities are endless.
They are.
And honestly, the element of surprise is what keeps things exciting.
Absolutely.
I'm here for it. I'm all in for the unexpected.
Me too. The anticipation, the speculation, the shared excitement, it's all part of the experience.
It is. And speaking of things to be excited about,
Yeah.
let's talk more about this potential Daredevil and Kingpin team-up.
Okay.
Is that even remotely possible?
No.
Can these two sworn enemies actually put their differences aside?
Yeah.
I mean, the idea is mind-blowing.
It raises so many questions. Could Daredevil, a man dedicated to justice,
Right.
truly align himself with Kingpin even for the greater good?
It would be a risky gamble with potentially huge consequences.
Right.
But on the other hand,
Yeah.
desperate times often call for desperate measures.
Right.
What if the threat from Muse is so dangerous they have no other choice? And imagine the psychological impact.
Oh.
Can you imagine the internal conflict Matt Murdock would face?
Oh, yeah.
Working alongside the man who's caused him so much pain?
It'd be intense.
It's a moral dilemma for the ages.
Totally.
It would force Daredevil to confront his own beliefs and potentially question everything he stands for.
Absolutely.
It would be a fascinating exploration of his character, his limits,
Yeah.
and his capacity for maybe even forgiveness.
Forgiveness.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Working with Kingpin could expose Daredevil to a whole new perspective, a more pragmatic approach to fighting crime. It might challenge his black and white view of the world
Oh, yeah.
and force him to navigate the gray areas of morality.
Right.
This deep dive is really making me think.
Good.
But that's what I love about Daredevil.
Yeah.
It's not just a superhero story.
Right.
It's a show that explores complex themes
Uh-huh.
and delves into the human condition.
It does. And that's why Daredevil, Born Again, has the potential to be something truly special. You know, it can entertain us with action and suspense,
Yeah.
but also challenge us intellectually and emotionally.
I am so ready for this.
Me too.
March 2025 can't come soon enough.
I hear ya.
But hey, while we wait,
Yeah.
let's talk more about Bullseye's return.
Okay.
What do you think his presence means for this series?
Well, I think it's safe to say that Bullseye adds a whole new level of danger.
Right.
He's a wild card. He's a loose cannon with a major grudge against Daredevil.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, his aim is legendary.
Right.
The guy can turn anything into a deadly weapon.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, and don't forget the psychological warfare.
Oh, yeah.
Bullseye loves to toy with his victims, break them down mentally.
Oh, yeah.
I have a feeling that the confrontations between him and Daredevil are going to be some of the most intense and psychologically charged scenes of the entire series.
Just thinking about it gives me chills.
Yeah.
But here's a question. Do you think Bullseye will be working alone? Could he be aligned with Kingpin? Or even Muse?
That's a great question. Bullseye is incredibly unpredictable.
Okay.
He's motivated by his own desires and has no problem betraying anyone who gets in his way.
So basically, he's a wild card who could change everything.
Exactly. His presence just adds another layer of complexity to this already tangled web of alliances and rivalries.
This is all so exciting.
It is.
But you know what I'm most curious about right now?
What's that?
Those new characters.
Yeah.
Tell me everything.
I wish I could.
What are their backstories?
I don't know.
What are their motivations?
We don't know.
How will they impact Matt, Foggy, and Karen?
It's a mystery. We see these intriguing glimpses in the trailer,
Right.
but their true nature remains hidden.
It's like a puzzle box with missing pieces.
It is.
Part of me wants to dive into the comics and search for clues, but then another part of me wants to go in completely blind and be surprised by every reveal.
I get that. There's something special about experiencing a story for the first time, letting it unfold naturally, and I have a feeling that even if we did know their comic book origins,
Right.
the series would find ways to subvert our expectations.
That's what I'm hoping for. I want to be shocked, surprised, thrown for a loop.
Yeah.
But you know what? No matter what happens, no matter how crazy things get, I have a feeling that the heart of Daredevil will remain intact. What do you think?
I agree completely. At its core, this is a story about Matt Murdock,
Yeah.
a man struggling to reconcile his faith, his morality, and his desire for justice.
Right.
It's about the people he loves, the sacrifices he makes, and the impossible choices he faces when the lines between right and wrong become blurred.
And that's what elevates Daredevil. Born again, beyond a typical superhero show.
Right.
It's a story about humanity,
Yeah,
resilience,
absolutely.
and the enduring power of hope, even in the darkest of times.
It's a story that resonates with us on a deep level, even if we've never worn a mask or fought crime. It reminds us that we all have the capacity for both good and evil.
Yeah.
And that ultimately our choices define who we are.
Wow. You're making me even more excited for March 4th.
Who would?
Until then, I guess we'll just have to keep analyzing every detail of that trailer,
Yeah.
speculating about those new characters and counting down the days.
It's all part of the fun, the anticipation, the speculation, the shared excitement.
Yeah.
It's what makes this whole experience so rewarding. And trust me, I have a feeling that the wait will be well worth it. Daredevil, Born Again, is going to be a game changer, not just for Daredevil, but for the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe.
So listeners, are you ready for a wild ride? Because Matt Murdock is facing dangerous enemies, navigating unlikely alliances, and doing a whole lot of soul-searching in Daredevil. Born Again. Mark your calendars for March 4, 2025. You won't want to miss a single moment. And in the meantime, share your theories, predictions, hopes, and fears with us. We're all in this together, waiting with bated breath for the return of the Devil of Hell's Kitchen. Until next time, keep diving deep.
You know, it's interesting you bring up Bullseye's accuracy and psychological torment because it makes you think about Daredevil's vulnerabilities.
Right.
I mean, he's not invincible.
No.
He relies on his senses.
Yeah.
But what happens when those senses are weaponized against him?
That's a great point. Bullseye doesn't just attack Daredevil physically.
Right.
He attacks his mind,
Yeah,
his perception of the world.
exactly.
It makes him a truly formidable opponent, pushing Daredevil to his limits.
In a way that few others care.
Yeah, pushing him in ways that others can't.
Precisely. He preys on Daredevil's fears, his doubts, his past traumas.
Oh, wow.
It's a psychological battle as much as a physical one.
Right.
And I think that's what makes their rivalry so compelling.
Yeah.
It's a clash of wills, a battle for Daredevil's soul, as much as his survival.
Okay, now you're really getting me excited to see these two face off again.
I bet.
But speaking of exciting, let's circle back to those mysterious new characters.
Yes.
Joining the cast, Michael Gandolfini, Margarita Leviva, Jeremy Earl. Their roles are still under wraps,
Yeah.
but their presence alone suggests that the world of Daredevil, Born Again, is expanding beyond anything we've seen before.
I think that's one of the most intriguing aspects of this revival.
Yeah.
We're getting a deeper dive into the world of Daredevil.
Okay.
A more expansive look at the criminal underworld of Hell's Kitchen.
Right.
And beyond.
So what do you think? Are these new characters going to be allies, enemies, or something in between?
Honestly, it's anyone's guess at this point, but I'm leaning towards something in between.
Okay.
Think about it. Daredevil's world isn't black and white.
Right.
It's filled with shades of gray.
Right.
Characters with their own motivations, their own agendas.
Right.
These new faces could be playing both sides, blurring the lines even further.
That's what makes the show so gripping.
Yeah.
Those moral complexities, those blurred lines between right and wrong.
Absolutely.
It's not just about good guys versus bad guys.
No.
It's about the choices people make when faced with impossible situations.
And the consequences of those choices. Remember, every action has a reaction.
Oh, yeah.
Every decision Daredevil makes, every alliance he forges, every line he crosses.
Yeah.
It all comes with a price.
Yeah.
And I think Daredevil, Born Again, is going to explore that in a really powerful way.
So what you're saying is
Buckle up.
buckle up because things are about to get really complicated.
Absolutely. But that's what makes it so compelling. This isn't just a superhero show.
Right.
It's a human drama wrapped in a superhero costume.
And speaking of human drama, I can't help but think about the impact all of this is going to have on Matt Murdock's personal life.
Right.
I mean, the guy's already juggling his responsibilities as a lawyer and a vigilante.
Yeah.
How is he going to cope with Kingpin's political ambitions, a sadistic new villain, the return of Bullseye and these new characters with their own agendas?
It's a recipe for chaos, that's for sure.
That's a lot.
And I think that's where Foggy and Karen come in. They're his anchor, his support system. They help him navigate the darkness and remind him of what's truly important.
They're the ones who remind him that he's not alone in this fight.
Exactly. They provide him with a sense of normalcy,
Yeah.
a connection to the world outside of his vigilante life.
Right.
Without them, I think he'd risk losing himself completely.
Their presence adds a layer of emotional depth that truly sets this series apart.
Right.
But even with Foggy and Karen by his side, Matt Murdock is facing an uphill battle.
Oh, yeah.
You got Kingpin consolidating power, Muse wreaking havoc, Bullseye lurking in the shadows. I mean, how much can one man handle?
That's the question, isn't it? How far can Matt Murdock be pushed before he breaks?
Right.
How much darkness can he endure before it consumes him?
Yeah.
I think that's what Daredevil Born Again is going to explore.
Okay.
The limits of human endurance, the resilience of the human spirit, and the constant struggle between hope and despair.
Those are some heavy themes.
They are, but they're also what make Daredevil such a compelling character.
Yeah.
He's not just a superhero, he's a symbol of hope.
Okay.
A beacon of light in a world that often feels consumed by darkness.
And that's a message we can all relate to, regardless of whether we have superpowers or not.
Exactly. It's about facing our fears, overcoming adversity, and fighting for what we believe in, even when the odds are stacked against us.
I don't know about you, but all of this talk about complex themes and human drama has me even more excited to dive into Daredevil, Born Again.
I bet.
March 2025 can't come soon enough.
I agree. And I think it's safe to say that this series is going to be a defining moment for Daredevil.
Okay.
Pushing him to his absolute limits and forcing him to confront the darkest aspects of himself.
But you know, despite all the darkness, I have a feeling that we'll also see moments of humor.
Oh, yeah.
Like those trademark witty remarks that Matt Murdock is known for.
Uh-huh.
You know, after all, even in the face of adversity, a little bit of laughter can go a long way.
Absolutely. Humor is often a coping mechanism.
Right. A way to deal with stress and trauma.
Yeah.
And let's face it, a show this intense needs those moments of levity to balance out the darkness.
It keeps things grounded. Reminds us that even superheroes need a good laugh every now and then.
Every now and then.
But you know what else I'm really excited to see?
What's that?
The fight choreography.
Oh, yeah.
Remember those hallway fight scenes from the Netflix series? Pure adrenaline.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hoping Born Again brings that same level and intensity and grittiness to the action sequences.
Oh, you know, they will. I mean, the directors, Michael Cuesta and Aaron Moorhead, known for their visceral and stylish action.
Right.
I'm imagining those long takes, those brutal close-ups. It's going to be a visual feast.
I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it.
Yeah.
But you know what really gets me excited is how Born Again ties into the larger Marvel Cinematic Universe.
The MCU.
We've already seen Matt Murdock pop up in Spider-Man, No Way Home, She-Hulk, and Echo. Yeah.
What does his return as Daredevil mean for the MCU as a whole?
It's a huge deal. Remember, Daredevil was the first truly dark and gritty Marvel series.
Right.
It paved the way for other street-level heroes to enter the MCU.
Yeah.
His return could signal a shift towards more mature and complex storytelling.
Okay.
Exploring themes that other Marvel shows haven't touched upon.
It's like opening up a whole new dimension to the MCU.
Exactly.
One that's less about saving the universe from cosmic threats and more about the everyday struggles of ordinary people.
Right.
Caught in extraordinary circumstances.
Exactly. And think about the potential for crossovers.
Oh, yeah?
We could see Daredevil team up with other street-level heroes.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man, Jessica Jones, or even the Punisher again.
Oh.
The possibilities are endless.
Okay, now you're getting my hopes up.
Sorry.
But even if we don't get any big team-ups right away, I'm confident that Daredevil, Born Again, will stand on its own as a powerful and compelling story.
I think so, too.
It's got everything we love about Daredevil. The intense action, the complex characters, the moral dilemmas, and that gritty, noir-inspired atmosphere.
And let's not forget the emotional depth.
Right.
This isn't just a show about punching bad guys.
Right.
It's about a man wrestling with his demons, trying to find redemption in a world that constantly tests his faith.
It's a story that reminds us that even heroes are human, with flaws and vulnerabilities.
Absolutely.
And that's what makes them so relatable. We see ourselves in their struggles, their triumphs, their failures.
And that's why Daredevil, Born Again, has the potential to resonate with audiences on such a deep level.
Yeah.
It's a story about hope, resilience, and the enduring power of the human spirit, even in the face of overwhelming darkness.
So to sum it all up, you've got a complex and morally gray protagonist, a formidable lineup of villains, a captivating supporting cast, and a story that promises to explore the darkest corners of Hell's Kitchen and the depths of the human soul. What more could you ask for?
Not much. March 4, 2025 can't get here soon enough.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
And listeners, we want to hear from you. What are your theories? What are your hopes and fears for Daredevil, Born Again? Share your thoughts with us, because we're all in this together, counting down the days until the Devil of Hell's Kitchen returns to our screens. Until then, keep diving deep.